All right, shout out to the fam. Appreciate y'all. Y'all hit that like button as we get going here. Here's the next up, man, as we kind of pivot to the next matchup, man. The next matchup, the Pelicans. As y'all can see, 8-28, 2-12 on the road. Guess who? The Miami Heat. That's right. 19-15. The Miami Heat are leading the South. What is it? They're in the Southeast. Yep. 19-15. They're half a game ahead of the Orlando Magic. Pelicans in the cellar. 6-game losing streak. Boy, how things have changed. But we'll see if we can at least get some of these players back. That'll be the main thing going forward. It's estimating that we're supposed to get 4 of these guys back for the Miami Heat game on January the 4th. So I don't know. That's two days from now. We'll see how it all goes. Also, there's no timeline right now. DeJounte Murray is saying January the 13th. I looked up some stuff. The Pelicans usually have to announce that thing before they decide on, hey, man, we're going to bring this guy in and all this kind of stuff. But, you know, we need all the help we can get, man, to be honest with you. Here's the stats, fam, for the matchup between the Pels and the Heat. The Heat right now averaging 121 points a game. That's 4th in the NBA. Only allowing 117 and a half. That's 19th in the game. They shoot 47.4% from the field. That's 11. They shoot, look at the 3-point attempts. That's 21st, but they hit 13 a game. The percentage, they shoot 37% from downtown. The foul line is 79%, 12th in the NBA. Rebounds at 46 a game. That's 6th in the game. Assists at almost 29. That's 7th in the game. You can see the TOV right there at 14, which is 5th, versus the steals, which is 9 a game. That's 6th. And the blocks, 4.5 at 20. The Pelicans is a combination of some of the earlier losses with Willie Green, so the stats is kind of skewed. 115.6 versus 123.1. That's what it is. 46% from the field. That's 20th versus the 3-point shooting that we have. Our attempts at 31.5, making 10.7, almost 11 a game for us, which is 29th in the building. A lot of stats way where they're not supposed to be honest with you. The free throw attempts, 26, which is 8th ranked. You can see the rebounds, Pelicans 43.4, which is 21st in the game. Our assists need to be way up from 24.6. That's 26th in the NBA. You can see the TOV there. 9 steals a game, which is top 10. It's 8th in the game. And then, of course, the blocks are almost to the back of the league. You look at the, like I said, I'm going to hit y'all with this one now. The injury report is showing that Trey Murphy, Sadiq Bey, Derek Queen, and Herb Jones estimated return time for the Miami Heat matchup. DeJounte.
Herb, Q. Like, that's crazy, man.
I don't know, DC. That's another thing that I don't know what's going on with Herb. That's her. My thought process with Herb was supposed to be back he was supposed to be back for this game. So I don't know what's going on with Herb. If he had a medical setback, they hadn't given us an alert on that, but they're estimating it here. They're saying it's supposed to be for the Miami game. So we're going to see what happened, bro.
It's crazy.
Crazy. But anyway, like I'm saying, man, you can see right here over the last 5 games, the Miami Heat cooking, man. They 4-1 over the last 5, 4 straight wins over Detroit, Denver, Indiana, and Atlanta. The Pelicans are on a 6-game losing streak, lost to Cleveland, 2 back-to-back losses to Phoenix, New York, Chicago, and Portland. We can't seem to do anything right or beat anybody, regardless of where they're located. In terms of wins and losses, we get not putting it together. And of course, here is the depth chart right here. You can see for the Heat with Davion Mitchell, they got Tyler Hero. I don't know if he makes it back for this game. We'll see. Norman Powell is averaging over 24 points a game for the Heat. He cooking. Andrew Wiggins is there. Bam is listed as doubtful. And then they have several of their bench players that's also listed as doubtful for this matchup. So we'll see what it looks like as we get closer to it. But man, listen, man, this is going to be an interesting matchup, another tough matchup for the Pelicans to go in there into Miami and try to snap this 6-game losing streak. DC, let's get into it, man. What we need to do, brother?
A lot.
I know.
The very first thing I will focus on, because we know that the Pels can do this, is cut down on turnovers, man. If I'm not mistaken, didn't they have more turnovers than they used to against Chicago as well, right? Had a lot going on for New Year's.
Yeah.
They're getting a little sloppy, these turnovers. Although we've seen it be a lot worse. We've seen the Pels go out the games be like 19, 20 turnovers is just a regular. So for them to cut it down to right around what were they averaging? Pull up the statistics for them in Miami again for me, man. That you had. I think they had we were averaging what maybe like 10 turnovers a game. See what we have for turnovers. No, 14. 14.
14.3 and they had
14.
13.9.
And that's they had some high turnovers early in the season, but since James Borrego came on board, they've been better. Taking care of the ball. And with Miami, man, Miami has always been this type of team to me. They're very gritty, and they just dig out ways to win. Probably because they have a really good coach, and so they're going to have a strong mindset. They're going to exploit whatever you're giving up, and it's a recipe for disaster to go in there and give out turnovers. And looking at everybody that's going to be out, you know, um, they need to start there, man. They got to get turnovers and they got to rebound the ball because Miami is, they damn near top five in both of these categories. And this the rebounding is where we're weak at. We've been solid, with the turnovers. So that's the first two things that I'm focusing on. And then next will be getting high quality shot attempts. I think at times we do that, but it's like this thing where, like tonight, I've seen so many passes they had go off somebody's fingertips. And, it's a pretty common thing with Yeeves, although, he did start that block part of the night. Pels had a lot of blocks. Shout out to Yeeves for that. But offensively, man, it's like they're giving him the ball and he's in quality position to score. And he ain't even looking to score. You see other guys a little tentative to turn away shots, or we try to like overshare sometimes, and then other times we just going one on one. So they got to figure that out, or at least do that to the best of their abilities, because just the quality of shots that we take, man, sometimes it's just horrible. We take some bad shots and we pass up good shots. So they need to focus on that. And then outside of that, man, it's all those other little things. Because the Heat, to me, it's like playing the Spurs with Pop, in my opinion. Whatever you give them, far as mistakes you're making, they're gonna pick up on that and they're gonna exploit it. That's what they do.
Well, yeah, they're well coached, man. The Pelicans got their work cut out for them against the Heat, man. In this one, no doubt about it. And I don't know exactly if some of these when these guys are going to be back. Bam, they're saying Bam's supposed to come back soon. He's a game time decision. Jaime is supposed to be a game time decision too. Tyler Hero with a toe is listed to come back for the Miami game. I don't know how that's going to go, but some of their heavyweights are supposed to be coming back around that time frame. But regardless or not,
Like,
we
it don't
can't.
matter. It don't even
Yeah,
matter if they don't come back.
well,
They tell
well,
bro, it don't even matter. They
I
still
mean,
gonna and they gonna beat them Miami.
it should DC. It
They
should
gonna
matter,
get
man.
easy win either way.
It should matter, brother. It should matter, man. If whether you got it, because most of the time you get in a alley oop, so to speak, with the Pelicans, and you get players that are some of their top players is out. Like we had the Chicago Bulls game, which was an alley oop. Both Kobe White and Josh Giddey, their two top scorers, out. Pelicans get hammered. So I mean, it should matter when you get an opportunity to play a team and they missing two of their best players or some of their more foundational pieces. You're supposed to be able to take advantage of that because nobody feels sorry for you. Like if the Pelicans have, depending on, we get all of these guys back, family. We get all of these guys back: Trey Murphy, Sadiq Bey, Derek Queen, and Herb Jones back, and we can't beat them without Tyler Hero or Bam, about Bam being there. Man, that's a major problem. And despite the fact, like contrast, you look at when Borrego took over the Pelicans, what mid November. His what is his record? 6-17 since he been here. So it's there's enough time, and like I was listening to y'all put one in the chat if y'all heard Antonio Daniels' interview on the Pelicans channel. He was talking about you know Borrego and what he was doing, and I was listening with there, and I was thinking to myself when he sounds like, yeah, that's true. And AD is a smart dude, man. He know ball, but at the same time, AD is an employee of the Pelicans. So if I'm listening to you, you're describing Borrego. Yeah, Borrego stepped in and took over the team in November the 15th, but he ain't just got there. It was supposed to be they're using his offensive identity and philosophy. With Willie Green removed, that was supposed to be a launching pad for him to be able to take that next step. They know who he is. He's been there for the last 3 years. So it's not like you got some dude that came from nowhere and he don't have any camaraderie with these players. It's not supposed to be as difficult, especially when you get a great deal of these talented players. If we got all of our heavy hitters, we shouldn't be losing these type of games to the Chicago Bulls and still having chemistry issues, still trying to get them to communicate on whether or not who gonna play defense here or there and all this kind of foolishness, man.
We had all our heavy hitters against the Chicago Bulls, Q. And you think that it's just because we got all our heavy hitters against Miami wins? Man, listen.
I said it should matter. That's what I'm saying. It should matter. It should matter if them guys are missing because nobody feeling sorry for you. You still got to go out and win the damn game, DC. It's like the same thing that's happened tonight. So with us, we missing all these guys, and people can say, yeah, well, we didn't have all our guys. That's why we lost. But I mean, at the same time, if you're shorthanded, you're expected to win. Just like if you're not shorthanded and the other team is, you're supposed to beat that team, man. So I mean, it's no level ground we walking on here, DC. It's just like it's all quicksand at this point because nothing that they're doing consistent is enough to help them keep winning games consistently. They don't play through the full game like they're supposed to. They're still leaving guys to shoot wide open 3-pointers, and this is a point of contention. This is what we've been. This is a known fact about the New Orleans Pelicans team. Even Antonio Daniels sits up there and watches them and talk about the wide open 3-point shots because of bad communication and rotations, over and over and over and over again. Same old shit. So I mean, if you're Joe Dumars and you sitting there watching that, you got to be able to pivot and say, okay, well, I got to make a move. I got to be able to get players in here who understand how to play defense and as well as play offense. He has to do it. And that means players as well as coaches, so, but go ahead, bro. You got it.
Yeah. Well,
cut it out, Sean. Sean, stop it, bro. He said, Q, give JB a break. He inherited this roster from Willie Green, may not be told. The roster ain't shit, though.
Come on, Sean.
Come on, bro. The roster ain't shit. You're not gonna get me with that, bro. You can't.
We got some talent,
right?
Talented roster.
DC, we're not the Washington Wizards, bro. We're not a team. You got all this. Man, we got a good collection of people. Trey Murphy, Zion Williamson's healthy. Jordan Poole is there. Our rookies, despite ups and downs here that rookies have, we've been having solid production from them, including Peavy. Carlo Mekovic, we've had good production from the players. We don't have a shit roster. It's just getting them on the same page and getting them to play consistently for 4 quarters of the game. That's what we trying to do. So I ain't got nothing to do with no Willie Green. Willie is gone. We got Coach Borrego, who's been here for 23 games now, or 24 games, or whatever the case is, and as an interim head coach. But prior to that, he was here as the offensive coordinator. And then the defensive coordinator, let's not let that Collins guy off the hook. Where is he at with all this going? This is supposed to be his defense, bro.
And Collins, if you look at him, Q, he be fussing at them dudes and telling them to do this. I don't think they listen. But even so, let's say he's telling them to do the right things and they still can't execute. I mean, he got to go too, because obviously the way the message is delivered can't be right. I mean, we haven't had just this awesome defensive unit ever. I think the years when our defense was good, a lot of it was just off of turnovers and stuff Herb was doing. It wasn't like the defensive strategy, the switch all, as you call it, right, is benefiting us. I mean,
If done correctly, bro.
teams switch everything, man.
I'm talking about the Pelican switching.
Jose gonna wind up on the center at some point.
Oh,
It's
Lord.
just it just always happens,
I know, bro.
I like Jeremiah Fairs. He's a rookie though, but Jeremiah Fairs gonna let everybody blow past him. This. All you gotta do is set a little half-ass pick. It's it. There's no resistance, and I
Hey,
think
the
we're
guy moving like a chess, like a piece on the chessboard, DC. Walk right up to him and push him and nudges him to follow him, and they follow him. No, no, no. You supposed to be thinking, looking at, oh, no, I'm not gonna switch. No, stay with I got him. I got him. Stay with your man. That come out. If the guy is walking up to you and trying to nudge you toward him, obviously he's trying to create a mismatch that benefits them. You can't do that. And yes, we often highlight Jose Alvarado as being one of these guys who always end up switching out with people that he's not supposed to be doing that. I pinpointed him on tape all the time. He always does that. He's one of the main benefactors of poor switching. You cannot do that. You don't switch all the time. You only switch when it benefits you. You don't switch your dumb ass into a mismatch to benefit the other person. They won't punch on the man. No, we can't do all of that, bro. We have to be able to use our minds and our brains out there, and we got to be a thinking team. That's how it is. We got to be fundamental. We got to be a thinking team where we be able to we battle these other teams. They're going to take advantage. They're going to chip away at you, and then before long, you're going to find yourself in losing streaks, and ultimately, they're going to break the team up. You can't have this kind of money spent. It's too much money, bro. We got like $430 million players. Too much money on this team for us to be not even a double digit. DC, we only right now, bro. We only an 8-win team right now, bro. We only 8 wins, man. I had this. Somebody asked me, last year sometimes, Q, do we get 10 wins before the end of the year? And the answer is no. We can't even. We've played DC. We played 36 games, bro, and we're not even a double. We can't. We don't even have 10 wins. We don't even have 10 wins. You can't have that kind of money on the team and just be this poorish, bro. That can't happen.
as long as we can't hit open shots, man, and won't take open shots, passing up open 3-pointers and all type of shit, man. It's gonna always be the thing. But
Sean, hold on, DC. I'm gonna let you say, Jaden. I just want to address Sean, bro, because Sean is comparing apples to orange. He's saying, Q, you're missing my point. Example: last year, Mitch inherited Pop's roster and won 34 games. He has a total control of who he wants and had an off season to modify it. And now we're number 2 in the West. You had an aggressive. You cannot compare the cultures between the Pelicans and the Spurs. That's why I disagree with you. When you're talking about players for players and picks for picks,
didn't they trade for
they and then they were benefited by a cheating lottery system that granted them Wimbyama.
Oh, come on, Sean.
They end up getting Castle.
That don't have nothing to do with it.
But listen, I ain't gonna even get to that point and talk about all that. I'm saying this.
Experience, like, come on.
But I'm saying the culture is the problem, bro. You're saying you got rid of Willie Green. Yeah, we got rid of Willie Green. He was a big part of it. But you can't talk. The San Antonio Spurs have had a winning culture. They've won championships, multiple championships, and have a winning culture over a long period of time. They have a standard. They have smart leadership at the top of the team. That is something that the Pelicans are just getting. We've had idiots running this thing, man. We had people that did not know what they were doing running this thing. You had idiots. I mean, I'm so furious with the history of how funky this team was with these dumb general managers like Bowen and this other idiot we just got rid of. So we just got somebody with a resume that knows about championships as a top 50 player. We just got that guy. Y'all guys have had a culture of winning for a very long time. You arguably have the best coach had the best coach for years for a long period of time in Greg Popovich. He's probably going to go down as the greatest NBA coach that ever was. You can't compare the two teams like that. I mean, that's totally not the point. Y'all have a culture already in place. And even if you had a few losing seasons, overall, the Spurs have a standard, and ultimately they make the good decisions from an administrative level. And they have an identity, they have a culture in place, and they're going to eventually go back to what they are, which is winning. So that's the bottom line. That is the difference between the Spurs and the Pelicans, is what I'm saying. That's apples and orange. We're talking culture, bro. We ain't just talking players and coaches. That's a whole nother thing that y'all got going on right there. So that's like comparing the Saints to who, DC, who won a lot of Super Bowls. Got a Super Bowl winning cultures. The Green Bay Packers, over from a historical standpoint. I mean, it's just not there, man. You just can't do it, man. But I get what you're saying. But I'm saying we have to change the culture. You change the culture from an administrative level. He has to have a coach that represents that, and it can't be some guy that was here already. You got to clean these people out. All of these losing ass assistant coaches. I really think our coaching staff, no disrespect to Coach Borrego and Coach Casey and Coach Collins and Coach Brewer and all these guys, I think we have probably one of the weakest coaching staffs in the NBA, to be honest with you. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I think our coaching staff is one of the weakest. You had Willie Green here for a very long time. Willie Green had all this weirdness in his head about being this and pace and all this, not knowing what he's doing, can't adjust. And a lot of that, he poisoned the players. You get a winning coach here, DC. You get a guy like Malone here. Malone ain't gonna take no shit from nobody. He gonna tell you what to do, and if you don't do it, he gonna get you on up out of here and get somebody because he knows his way. He been to the promised land. So you got a guy at the top of the team from the promised land. You get a coach from the promised land. That's respectable. Then we can kind of build a culture and get serious about ours. We ain't going nowhere with no James Borrego. He does better than Willie Green, but in the end, James Borrego's not winning championships in the city of New Orleans. That's what we're looking for. We need a credible coach that gives us an opportunity to compete at a high level. That's not James Borrego. I got a lot of respect for him, but he didn't have no resume like that. He's better than Willie Green. But when you talking about going into free agency in the off season, bro, you're not gonna sit up here saying we're gonna keep Borrego over no chance to get Malone or Coach Bud or some of these guys, dog. Come on, go ahead, DC. That's what I got.
Well, I see my man Jay got his comment up here asking me, DC, my man, do you think Zion is playing like this to up his trade value for the trade deadline or the offseason, man? You think he is playing like this because he thinks he will still be with the Pelicans? Well, from I guess the outside reports or the rumor mill, there's a lot of talk of Zion not wanting to go nowhere. Zion wanting to be here. I don't know how true that is. I don't know what's posturing. I don't know what's not. Maybe making it sound like Zion is unobtainable as he continues to play like this makes him a more valuable trade asset. People usually want what they can't have, so it could be a little psychology, or it could be just as simple as Zion don't want to get traded. You know, looking at what we have, as far as a team this year, I still don't think it makes any sense to trade him. Actually, whether you want to keep him or trade him, I think what Zion is doing right now makes all the sense in the world for either reason, either direction you decide to go. He hasn't shown me any indication of somebody who's like itching to get out of here. As far as when you look at him playing, look at him on the bench, how he cheers on his teammates. He's been staying out of trouble. Man, kept his weight down. He left the OnlyFans girls alone, and he balling out. Like for much criticism that Zion had this year, I don't really think he really did anything all that bad this year. I mean, everybody was up in arms because he got hurt and he missed these weeks, and we having all of these losses. But I mean, the man came back way before he came back. What, like 3 weeks early, or was it 2 weeks early before his evaluation? So we thought Zion was going to be out for a month. He was just out for a couple of weeks. So to me, looking at it, it's always been the same. Let Zion play out the year. You see how everything goes. If you're gonna move him during the off season, you move him. If you're gonna keep him, you figure out what you need to do to make him play great with the rookies, and you figure out what you got to put around him. I mean, it ain't rocket science. This is why David Griffin got fired, in my opinion, because I just don't understand how you had Zion for 6 years and we never tried to surround him with shooters. It's just the dumbest shit in the world. Just never did it. So, regardless if we keep Zion or not, and let's say you're gonna move with Derek Queen, you're gonna have to do a similar thing with him too. Because he looked like he gonna be a monster heading downhill, scoring in the paint. You know what I'm saying? So it's not really all that different. If we want to keep Zion, I think we can keep him, and I think he can mesh with the rookies. But we cannot keep the team the way it is if they decide to keep him. And if they trade him, we still need to change this roster. Like as you can see, we got talent, but it's not cutting it. Sadiq Bey, I like to keep. Trey, me personally, I like to keep Zion. I think you can figure it out. Fears, Queen. Uh, yeah, I guess you could say Herb. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how we figure out the Herb Sadiq thing. I think whoever else you get, however else you put that and figure it out, it is what it is. Poole, I like. He ain't showing me enough to try to keep him and Jeremiah Fears. It's like too much of the same thing, as far as that. So I think at some point in the future, we're going to have to move on from Poole unless he start playing like Steph Curry down the stretch or something. But I think all the trades, Zion stuff, the more you see him have games like this, man, we just need to kill that for right now. Because even if you do want to trade Zion, family, to me, it just makes no sense to try to rush yourself and do that during the season. This team probably ain't gonna make no goddamn plan. But by the long shot, what if we do make the plan? And then Zion has a monster game, or we luck up and get into the play, and Zion has a monster play. If you want to trade him, don't that look good? It just makes all the sense in the world to me to just worry about trading Zion in the offseason if that's what the Pels gonna do.
Yeah, it's a lot of options going on, man, and it's really based on how the Pelicans finish out and perform. Fam, to be honest with you, I mean, uh, we know that Joe Dumars is definitely watching, bro. He definitely watching to see what happens with this squad, man, and um, it's not enough of anything, bro. It's not enough of anything, family, to be like, yeah, I mean, Jeremiah Fears and Queen and Trey Murphy. We know we like Sadiq. We like all these other guys, but um, Joe Dumars got a tough. He got a tough job to do here, man. They paying him a lot of money to uh, to line this up correctly, and I don't see how you're going to do it without getting a coach here, man, that can speak the language, that got the resume. You got to get the coach. Are we wasting time here? Like we talked about the organization. Yeah, right. We talked about the organizations before, right? We talk about having a coach that knows, that has a resume, knowing what it takes to win, right? And not only just knowing, but having the temperament to get it done. Learning how to be cool and smooth on one end, and then flip on them and be an asshole when they need to be. You need you got this nice guy garbage and all this other stuff, complimenting these guys when they're getting their teeth kicked in and their ass and belt to ass and all this kind of stuff going on, like your boys say. I just think a lot of softness. We've had too much softness going on for far too long here in the city of New Orleans, and you need a change. You need a guy on the floor, a coach that's going to galvanize the proper talent, that can give them an identity on both sides of the ball. I mean, on the court, defense and offense. Have them playing fundamentally, and we're not going to be perfect, but the whole thing is to fight hard every night. And if you have a mentality where you fight hard every night, the majority of the time you're going to win these games. But we don't see that full game. We see the Pelicans losing to teams they supposed to beat. Guys not stepping up, handling their business, and we can't have that. We can't be paying these guys this money if all they can do is be cool with each other and they such a family. I don't give a damn about no family feel for players if they got 8 wins. I'm sorry, fam. I mean, if you really love it that much, then all these other guys somebody gotta lead them and say, hey man, y'all need to wake the hell up. We need to do this. We need to do that. and all this other smooth stuff and all this other bullshit about clapping and we cool and I don't care about no coolness with no 8-win team, bro. We got to shake all this up. It's too much money being spent for nothing. It's too much money being spent for nothing, man. So I don't want to belabor the point, but all I'm saying is, man, we've played in 36 games. It's January. It's what did was January the 2nd. Happy New Year's to the family. If I hadn't told y'all that, and all we have is 8 stinking wins coming to the season. So, and then a team that just got his brains beat out, and now we're on a 6-game losing streak after winning 5 straight. So I mean, that's something. That's some tough decisions. We got assets. Whatever we got to do to turn this around, we're gonna have to do it. Outside of giving away our key assets, is all I'm saying, fam. We got to. We ain't got no choice. Hard decisions got to be made. Nothing personal is business. All right, but anyway, with that being said, fam, just shout out to Jay Black. I see you, bro. Now we gonna open it tonight. I don't think we have time like that tonight to open the lines, bro. But we when the next game is on the 4th at
So
5 o'clock.
that's Sunday, right?
Sunday at 5 o'clock. So 7:30, 7:30 PPR be in the building then, bro. We'll pop open the lines then, bro. That'll probably be a better time to do it. So y'all be in the building. I'm gonna put up a post and let family members know. We'll open the lines for family members to kind of chime in. What's up, Stacy? Shout out to my boy Stacy. We'll open up the lines and plus, and I know Sean wants to talk. What's the asset? You know what the assets is. Come on, Sean. Cut it out, bro. Your team is doing good, brother. You wasn't talking that shit when they was getting it handled to it, but that's all good. I'm gonna leave you alone. I was showing pictures of the dude from what was the movie Back to the Future, DC? All that we go. But it's all good, brother. But nah, I'm gonna post put up like a notice for the family members to know we'll open the phones on Sunday night. We'll also incorporate each person have an opportunity to talk. We'll have a time clock for people to be able to talk, so everybody can get their word in. Because I know a lot of people want to have some therapy in the new year, and that's what we're going to be bringing back in 2026. Opportunity for the family members to chime in and not just listen, but actually participate with their thoughts. That's one of the key things that PPR is really popular for allowing the family members, the support base, to speak their mind on the team that they love so much. So we'll open up that phone line on Sunday, man, and we'll have a clock too, timer, so everybody can get their word in, man. So, yeah, you still talking junk then. Yeah, you talk junk regardless, Sean. I hear you, brother. But anyway, DC, last thoughts before we close out, bro. Did you pick who's gonna win the game? The Pelican? Well, should I ask?
I'm gonna just leave it as a question mark at this point, Q.
Well, hey, bro.
What they expect, because looking at everything that I looked at and said what they need to do, I think the Pelicans gonna lose this game. But the Pelicans always do this shit, man. It's like when they ain't gonna be shit. It's over. They always do something to rail you back in. They could very well go out there and beat the Miami Heat, and then we back. You know what I'm saying? It's just a constant roller coaster ride with this team. Don't know who gonna play. All these people are projected to be out, but they probably will. They say they're gonna be out, but we don't know who playing on Miami side. And watching them tonight against a decent Portland team, they showed me that even what they have, with everybody missing, like they still can compete. They can go out there and handle business. They didn't handle business tonight. But I think Borrego need to figure out his rotations with the decimated roster the way it is right now. And who knows? Who knows what we're gonna see Sunday, man. But I sure wouldn't bet no goddamn money on them beating the Miami Heat, that's for sure.
Yeah, I don't see a win over the Heat either, man. I think the Pelicans, if they get all their people back, they'll make it competitive. But the Heat's a well coached team. They're on top of the Southeast. They're not a juggernaut, but the way the Pelicans play, they turn some of these teams into juggernauts by being non-fundamental. Norman Powell kills the Pelicans.
Yeah,
You know,
Body.
he get right. He balling, man, right now. 24 a game for Norman. He leading the Miami Heat in scoring. Wiggins is doing his thing at 15 or 16 points a game. But they got a lot of people doubtful in the matchup. Bam, Jaime's not might not be in there. Nikolai might not be in there. So we'll see what they do. Tyler Hero is listed as might be out for this game, but some of them say that he could. Some of the estimated return times say that they'll be ready for the Pelicans game on Sunday. So I mean, regardless if they are or not, the Pelicans have to shake. They have to snap the winning streak. Will they snap the losing streak? I don't see them snapping the losing streak, man. I don't. It's just too topsy turvy. It's too up and down. Even when you missing players, or even when you have the players, these guys losing games. So I can't make heads or tails of it, bro. To be honest, they just too. They just too. What's the term, DC? They too.
They unpredictable, like mystical.
Yeah. They way wildly unpredictable. Wildly unpredictable. Wildly.
I think it's the coaching staff at this point. Although I do think Borrego does a lot of different things. I'm just looking at everybody else. Willie's gone, but the ghost of Willie still haunts us. So is it the coaches, the assistants, and all of those guys?
There we go with this crap.
Around, lingering on. I mean, it's obvious. Cute. Does this not look like the same Pels team from the last 4 years?
I just want this shit to change.
Just answer the question before we get up out of here.
It's a losing ass team, DC. They're not consistent. That's all I see, bro. They're not consistent on either side.
Very similar.
They're not consistent enough to win. They're not consistent on either side of the court. They're not consistent in philosophy. They're not consistent in anything that is worth anything to win. If any successful ideology or implementation of fundamental strategy, they're not consistent enough in any of that to make a difference. That's what I'm saying.
What about the random people that come in here and light our ass up? Q, ain't that something that's been happening? Like the early green era.
Yes, indeed.
All this shit looks the same.
And he was supposed to be the defensive guy.
Like we don't even do scouting. I'm watching it. What that was last game, man? It was one of the dudes. Dude couldn't even shoot. Dude couldn't shoot worth the shit, and they breaking their neck to go over the screen.
They don't read scouting reports either, too, dog. They don't read scouting reports, bro. If they read them, they're not following the scouting reports. There's reports on all these players and their tendencies, of which way they like to push the ball, how they like, if a guy is left-handed, supposed to push him right. They don't. I mean, all of this is available in the scouting reports. They're not reading the scouting reports. And you mentioned Willie Green. He was supposed to be the defensive guy. He was supposed to be the guy that created the brain, at least the defensive aspect of it. And he failed miserable there. Now you got Collins.
At least with Borrego, I see double teams. We're at least double team the best player.
They're still not communicating. They're not communicating well enough either. At all either. They're still giving up dumb switches. They're still leaving guys wide open. That Love guy killed him. He has 6 3-point shots tonight.
Bro, it's every night, man. Every night. It's always
pick the killer.
Just roll with that team. The Price is Right. You know that big ass wheel? Just roll the wheel, man, and put all the players' names on there. And it's always gonna be some unknown, obscure guy that's just gonna hit 4 or 5 3-pointers on us, man.
Yeah, well,
at high efficiency.
Yeah, you ain't lying, bro.
Who was it in the Chicago game?
I don't know. We just won't go back there and think about it, brother. But it happens every game. You're right. It happens every game. There's always somebody that light them up.
So they can stop. We need to make a mockery of this shit, man. Maybe they'll hear it and get tired of letting that happen.
They hear it all the time. Borrego telling them that. He telling them that.
What are you telling them, to be honest?
I mean, he got to be. I hear him telling us that in the presser. He not telling them what he telling us in the presser. He got to be telling them what he telling us in the presser, because I've heard him say it at least half a dozen times about the 3-point shooter, the loose 3-point shooter that they leave open to kill you. They don't even stop the guy, and when you see him hitting 2 or 3 shots, they don't even force the ball. They don't even consistently force the ball out of the hands of the best player, dog. Come on.
That's another issue. But I'm talking about just
That's the main issue.
It's part of it. The random obscure guy always lighting our ass up.
Yeah, and well, I mean, before the random obscure,
He be tripping me out, bro. Like star players and shit be winding up with wide open threes with nobody over there, and it's that happens sometimes with any team, but like it's pretty fucking common with us. We're gonna have like 3 or 4 of those a game, bro.
yeah, the Jedi kind of say DC fiction, Mike. You're not the 1960 school, Jim. Yeah, your mic sound like you in the back of the hall yelling at us, bro, like you mad at us. You sound like a old grumpy old man at the back of the hall yelling out the window. He too scared to walk up to the window, so he yelling from the end of the hall through, at you through the window. Stay off my lawn.
Stay off my freaking grass. Look, y'all can blame Q for this shit, because when I was adjusting my mic, I asked him,
this guy.
You good. This man said, oh, hold up, let me check. And he said some shit in his mic and telling me my mic good. So, all right, bro. I'm clearly not going to get no assistance with this right now.
Oh, okay. It's my fault. Right.
So, I'm sorry, Jedi. And my New Year, it was awesome, man. Got to see the fireworks on the Mississippi River when I was out with the fam. Checked it out. It's pretty nice.
It's pretty clear out there on the ocean, ain't it, DC?
The Mississippi River.
Okay. All right. So with that being said, man, we're going to get ready to leave on that. I appreciate y'all for chiming on this episode of PPR. Y'all feel free to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Pelicans pummeled by the Blazers 122-109. They're now losers of 6 in a row. The next matchup is against the Heat in Miami on Sunday at 5 o'clock tip-off time. So there it is, man. We'll be back at 7:30 on Sunday. We'll open up the phone lines, man. We'll have a timer so everybody can get their word in. And we'll keep this thing moving along, family, and see if they can break it. But I'm going to holler at y'all on the next one. Appreciate y'all. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, man. Appreciate y'all. Much love. Peace. Go Pelicans.
You're listening to the Pelicans Post Game Report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
Perfect. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Yeah, ain't gon' lie, I feel flyer than I ever been. We stay ballin', this New Orleans, I'm a Pelican. It's going down in the nest, wild, wild west. Come in town and you best, show us some respect. 3-point threat, I better make it rain. If it's up, then don't jump stupid like your ankle sprain. Always said, never hate the player, hate the game. Jumper where the dame late, bunch of train. Post game, big Q, talking about business. Bird gang, YouTube, they ain't flocking with us. Lock up the division mission, get into the finals. Finish competition, then it's going win the title. I know this flyer than you can get. Such a threat that the ref just might call a tag. You could double, you could press, but you can't check. Right, left, slide by you like a Eurostep. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever, Pelican forever. And never, and never, and never, and never, and never, and never say birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, fly down, I'm a Pelican forever, Pelican forever.
Hey, New Orleans! Whether you're catching up on Saints news at Jackson Square, checking Pelicans scores in the Garden District, or staying updated on LSU while grabbing coffee in the French Quarter, there's one place that keeps you connected to everything that matters in our city. From Bourbon Street to the Superdome, from Preservation Hall to the Riverfront, New Orleanians are staying in the know with thehootitdaily.com. Your daily source for Saints, Pelicans, LSU, and all the sports, music, and culture that makes our city special. At work downtown, at a game in the Dome, or just relaxing by the Mississippi, wherever life takes you in the Big Easy, you can stay connected. Because when you're from New Orleans, you don't just live here. You stay in the NO. That's stay in the know. Visit the WhoDatDaily.com and never miss what matters most to Who Dat Nation. Stay in the NO, you stay in the know.
Welcome to the Pro Shop, where we create authentic NOLA-inspired clothing for men, women, and children. From Saints jerseys to Pelicans gear, everything's crafted right here in New Orleans. Whether you're shopping the Pro Shop, the Pel Shop, or the Pro Shop Kids, we've got your whole family covered with genuine merchandise that represents our city's spirit. Check for links in the description section below or in the chat.